Hi dear friends, welcome to this video. This is an ultimate growth hack for impact entrepreneurs, and I'll be sharing shortcuts to self-growth, scaling startups, discovering your genius, and increasing your creativity flow. Let's jump right in. So in this video, I'll share hacks specifically for product market fit, for founder market fit, and how to accelerate inner growth. But I'm here to share it with you right now. And the ultimate growth hack is that our inner world, our inner states get reflected in the outer, in the quality of our life, in how our life actually looks. And this comes from all kinds of different schools of thoughts that agree on this macrocosm, microcosm, or mirror principle. Okay, and it's not all. It is also said that the inner begets outer, not the other way around. And so let's explain what we mean by this. Basically, all humans are in the quest to life is good state and inner feeling, and that life is just good. Everything's good. Okay? Isn't that true? And how do we get there? We're all in that quest. And the issue is that we're all chronically stressed. Almost all humans on Earth are chronically stressed. We just worry and worry and worry. And so from that state of chronic stress, we want to get to life is good. And guess what? It's not working because the inner begets the outer. It's not working. And so what is working instead is that this state of chronic stress that we're actually in gets us to a place where there is one goddamn thing after another. I think Ram Dass said that. Isn't it true that it feels this way? That's just again and again, things just pop up and I never get to this life is good state. And I'm chasing it, obviously, because, right? And so we think, well, when life is good, I'm going to finally be at peace. And it's not working out because it's the other way around. When we are actually at peace, then life is good. And so the question is, how can I be at peace? And so how can we be at peace? And this is where the self-growth hacking comes in. And basically there are two steps to self-growth hacking that go in a cycle, just on repeat. The first step is to get knowledge, is to understand what's my dormant potential? What else can I grow into, right? If we don't know what that is, think about it. It's just so obvious that we grow into that much slower. And if we do that consciously, intentionally, we know what's next for us, then it's a whole different story, right? But it doesn't end there. If we know that potential, yes, it causes some increase, but it's also about practice, acting, doing, actually doing something to grow into that potential. And so on the first part, what's a map of my growth? What does that even mean? And well, here you are. This is one of the best maps of human potential that I know in existence on Earth. It basically describes the different stages of development from birth to enlightenment. People actually did actual psychological research with actual many people and described these levels. But for now, what we need to understand is that there are 5 major dimensions, aspects to our growth, and it's important to grow in all of them because that is our actual potential. And think about it. When our consciousness grows, it's almost like we perceive more information in a given moment in time, right? We're more aware of what's going on. There's just more information that we pick up. Then in terms of our authenticity and uniqueness, there is more and more excitement. It's almost like dials, right? So we live our life and there is an opportunity to keep dialing up, to keep upgrading. In terms of our mind and our thinking, our worldview just becomes more mature, more wise, and more reflective of how situation and life and reality actually is, right? With less distortions. In terms of the emotions, as we learn to regulate our emotions, to name them, to live, to feel them, etc., we gain more and more autonomy. So less things trigger us, and when things trigger us, we know exactly what to do. And in terms of the body, it's kind of like a phone battery. So, but with the dynamic capacity. So the capacity can go up, and as the capacity goes up, there is more and more vitality in our physical body, which is really related across all our layers. And I mean, we're simplifying here and trying to catch the essence of these things. And so that's really something to understand in terms of the map of human potential and map of human growth. There are these 5 key trajectories, and you're growing through them at all times, and you can have a choice. You can do it intentionally and consciously, and there is infinite potential. There is always more potential to grow into, as you have noticed in your life already. And so then the question is about the practice. So how do we practice? What exactly do we do? And ideally, wouldn't it be amazing to bring everything down to just one meta training, one practice that is easy and simple to do? And there is such a thing. It comes from the contemplative and meditative traditions that pretty much come to the basics, to the bare basics of the breath, of the conscious, heart-centered breath that is symmetric, so equal length of exhale and inhale, and with a specific length. That is, there are studies that show that our bodies enter into a state of resonance with all the system all of a sudden, increasing their potency and efficiency when we breathe at this pace. So it's about natural, conscious, heart-centered breath. This is the yeah. And as we do that, we do more and more what we love doing. We start noticing that and we express as that. And that is also what excites us the most. That's what's most natural to us. That is what people call path of service, how we can be valuable and helpful to other people. And in exchange, the other people value that the most. And so it brings the best results. And this is what is known as the flow state, and people also call it zone of genius. And it's very simple, right? Like, we're all geniuses when we are doing something that we're absolutely naturally, especially talented towards or about, right? And so it's very simple actually to get to articulate that. It's a matter of identifying our top 1, top 2, and top 3 talents. So if you don't have that articulated, this is the key. And so then something magical happens. This self-growth hacking trickles down into all kinds of other things, provided that we actually do that work of accelerating growth, of acting and practicing. And the first thing that opens up is founder market fit, and which then leads to a product market fit, to scaling that first sales, and many other beautiful things. And so let me share now a founder market fit blueprint that uses self-growth as the segue, as a way to enter, as a portal into founder market fit. And so we were saying top 1, top 3 talents. So then we articulate those, right? After we articulate those, we need to activate. We need to remember that, yes, actually, that's how it feels. That's what I love doing. That's it. I've been doing it all my life. It's a remembrance. It's an act of remembrance, of an activation. And then comes the stage of monetization, which is simply put, it's about synchronizing the work we do with our zone of genius. So basically staying in our zone of genius as much as possible. It's very, very simple. And then we enter this path of least resistance. And this is also what's known as the founder market fit. So we stay on purpose. So we're excited and in flow as we work on our startup. We are on mission. There's a feeling that we're meant to do this, and nobody needs to tell this to me or to you. It's just a feeling that I'm meant to do this. And then there is a market insight, usually, right? Founding a market that we are uniquely equipped to serve. So not just making things up, but honestly, like out of the inner alignment. And so then we start to magnetize opportunities, clients, people, projects, instead of going out there and persuading. Okay, and so the founder market fit formula is this. You can screenshot this if you want and read it later. And essentially what we want to get at is a sale, is a confirmation that the value exchanged happened. Because when that happens, then we can have a unique selling proposition, and then we go directly into the product market fit. And for that, let's let's take a bird's eye view perspective. So let's look at venture building, startup building from a bird's eye view. So a bird is flying really high, like a condor or something like that, flying high and looking at venture building overall. And so what the condor would see is that it starts with the founder market fit, absolute zero to sales. Then we build the MVP, where we can convert those sales into a product that has the potential to become scalable. And that's the third stage, which is actually finding product market fit. So kind of finding that initial ignition that can then create that explosive growth, the famous hockey stick, which is stage number 4, scaling it up, roughly round A to round B. And then there is the optimization and organizational building once that scaling up and hockey stick growth is in place. The holy grail for all the entrepreneurs, isn't it? And so the product market fit formula then from 0 to product market fit consists of 3 pieces. If we use that kind of a perspective, we need to get somehow recurring sales. Then we need to ship an MVP that creates a product that sells the same thing as we sell in those recurring sales more manually. And then we scale it up and we find traction. So we need 3 blueprints, 1 per each. And basically so let's go in the first one, recurring sales. And the key is very simple. So we just need to convert the existing sales, right? That's why the founder market fit stage is so important, because we need to get to sales at that stage, which means that we're delivering something valuable to people. We've made something people want, even though very manually. So then we create a killer feature out of it. So which is the very foundation, the most important foundational piece of an MVP and of a startup, really, isn't it? Right? And so this is a blueprint for a killer feature and what to do with it up until the point when we are ready to start building the MVP and shipping it. And so this is the blueprint for the MVP. Here you go. You can look at it at your own leisure. I won't go through these things. Right now in this video, I'm trying to keep it short. And then the third one is about traction and scaling up. And this would take time to explain, but I'll give you 3 key steps to traction and scaling up. At any stage, it's about identifying the key bottleneck and the key growth driver. This is the very definition of exponential growth, of igniting exponential growth. Then secondly, we need it's actually the other way around. This is the first one. We need the playbook. We need a map. How to get from round A to round B. Very concrete, with no gaps, no BS, a real playbook. And so then that's when we identified our key bottleneck and the key growth driver. And the third step would be to consult someone who has done this already. And this only works if we know very, very specifically what is it that we're solving for, what's our bottleneck, and what is our growth driver, key growth driver. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys at this point. Let me move the video so I don't cover the QR code. Yeah, so basically check out Linktree Integral Evolution page. You can use your phone on this QR code, and I share a lot of shortcuts to self-growth, scaling startups, transforming with cannabis, finding, discovering, and monetizing your zone of genius, and increasing your creativity flow, and many other things. There's some really a lot of goodies in there. So indulge, enjoy. I hope it's useful. That's why I do this. So please check it out and reach out if you have a collaboration in mind, or you'd like to engage one-on-one, or you would like to join some of the containers that I have, or you'd like to deepen into this knowledge that I share, because we were just scratching the surface for real. This is just the beginning of a huge leap of knowledge and experience that actually allows us to activate that dormant potential. That's my zone of genius, to activate dormant potential in individuals, people, systems, organizations. So thank you so much for watching. Much love to you all, and see you next.